Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. I was dropping a cup there. I think we're slightly crooked, but we shall survive. For anybody who is new and hopping on or watching a replay, my name is Michelle. I'm Snow Fox Designs. And in order to know that you're on the replay, you won't see the little red box up there that says live. So say hashtag replay if you catch me on the replay. Please. Then I can say hi back to you. Okay, let's get this. Hopefully comments are working today. I hope. All right, it's not pulling it up here. What the hey? I don't know why things have to be so difficult. I know they say change is good, but sometimes I don't think so. I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I am not seeing comments. I am here. Hi, Judy. Hi, Tina. Why is it not showing again? Good gravy. I'm going to try this one more time, and then we're going to rock and roll. All right, let's see if they keep rolling. So, I did a couple things already today. I did, because y'all see me do the, where did it go? The mix to mold, which is the ceramic resin. And it's basically like if you do a half a cup of the mix and mold for a small little project, then you use a tablespoon and it has all the measurements on the back. Mix it up, pour it in here, and it takes roughly, I'll say, about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the piece, for it to totally harden. Now, I've never used this, and it's been sitting here forever and ever and ever. So I pulled it out, and I started putting some in here. Has anybody on here used this? Because I have not. There is no directions on here. I have no idea how long it takes to dry. My assumption is it's going to take several hours, if not overnight. And it's going to have to be, because right now it's kind of like a wet look. So I would think it would get like a real, like, light look. That makes sense? Okay, these are not working over here. Thanks, Judy, for throwing snowballs. Now I'm going to have to keep remembering to look over here because I'm so used to looking on my phone. But I want to fill these two in, and then I'm going to reveal, because this is the winter foliage. I'll show you. I did this one, and this one with the mix to mold. Then I did the feathers and wings, not all of it. Let me move that out of the way. Maybe you can see it a little bit better. Not all of them. I left 3, one of the feathers and a couple other little things. But I did with the mix to mold, and then I did this, the Santa, the Saint Nick. So we'll see. Now, the dust isn't as bad as I was expecting. The other, what's the other? The other foam clay that we use is a lot easier to mix and knead with, but this isn't that bad. So I was kind of surprised. I did find, though, it is harder to work with getting it in all the nooks and crannies for me. So I try to take like little tiny pieces, like especially if it's in here, and then work them together. But I thought, I want to try and see what this is going to look like in these molds. And I did take, because a lot of people have said you need to put a little bit of like cornstarch in here, so I did pre-cornstarch it. I took one of my little mop brushes and my cornstarch and kind of mixed it in here, so hopefully it doesn't all stick to it. I use it and you let it dry overnight. Hey, Ken. That's what I was assuming because I thought there's no way this is going to dry as fast as the mix to mold. Now, I will be honest. I do like the mix and mold. I like it a lot. Who was it? Was it you, Tina? Somebody was telling me because you used to be able to find it because I got a purple one also up at Hobbies in these little 1 pound bags. But I think it was Tina that said that she went looking for it and she could only find black and white and it came in a bucket now, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what you said? I think it was Tina. So as I'm putting this in here, I'm trying to make sure that I don't get any over the sides. I don't think it would hurt too much. I think you just have to like file it down. So Judy, tell me a little more about this clay. Have you used it for like fake bakes and all that sort of stuff? Or just for like in molds? I told Ken, I said if he would have been home today, he would have been doing a live today. $5.5 bucket. Yeah, you know, that's not bad because, like I said, I do like it, so I would probably use it. But I wonder if they're going to come out with the bigger buckets or on their website where you can get the different colors. Oh, where did I put it, y'all? I wanted to show y'all something, and now I don't know where I put it. Oh my goodness, where did I stick them? I had little, in one of them, I used this, and it was on clearance. It's the Mix and Mold Terrazzo chips. Can you see that? I will show you. I'll leave them here. I'll show you what I used them on. And they did have, on clearance, the liquid color that you could add to it, like red and black. Now, I got these a while back, so I don't even know if they carry them anymore. And this one is orange that you could add into the white. Hi, Rebecca. How are you? Yeah, that one's not working. So I was wondering, Judy, do you use this for, do you just use this for, like molds, or have you used it with fake bake, or what all do you use it, the DOS clay for? This is my first time using this clay, but I am going to share, for those that are just jumping on, I am going to share, this is one of the newer IODs, and it is the Winter Foliage, and I'm filling up the one that has like the little pine branch with the DOS right now. I already did one with the mixed mold, which I'm going to share with you as soon as we get these two done. I want to fill this whole mold up. And then I'm going to show you one where I used a terrazzo. That's how I say it, so if I'm saying it wrong. Packing for Tennessee. I know, that's what I was just talking about. I said, you know, I may not be on Monday because we're leaving Tuesday, and I have packing to do yet. But maybe sharing, you know, videos of that on Travels Down. Hey, Sherry, I'm using the DOS clay right now, or Dash, however you want to say it. It's not as bad as I was expecting. I do like the other better. And I did do some pre-mixed molds on a couple of these molds, and the one I'm using right now is the new one, the Winter Foliage, and it's really super pretty. I like all of them off of this one, and I'll show you some of them in a minute because I wanted to try this clay on here. And I was asking, and I guess Judy hopped off, but I was asking because she said she uses this clay, and I was asking her what all she used the clay with. Just molds or other things? Okay, here you are. For molds and cut with oh, okay. Well, thank you, because I was curious. You know, curious minds want to know. I do know using this and not using gloves, my hands do get all white, but like powdery like. But like Sherry said the other day, that's what soap's for, soap and water's for. So we're almost done with this. And then my plan is just, since it's not like a resealable bag, just to put it in like a Ziploc bag. I'm assuming that's what you also do, Judy? Keep it in a Ziploc bag. So this one we're going to leave set overnight or two whenever I pop them out. Weather forecast is supposed to be great, but I'm cold-natured. Well, I used to be kind of not like the heat and that, but as I've gotten older, I still don't like the heat as well. I don't mind some as long as it's not humid. However, my body does this weird thing. When I get really tired, I get cold. So I'm probably going to take something to wear just in case the weather changes, and maybe an extra blanket. And I don't think Ken knows this, but we're also taking some towels because we learned from the last time there was not enough towels. Washing them or not washing them, there was not enough towels. So I started negotiating with some people who said that they brought some towels if we could have their towels that came with the place. Okay, let's wipe my hands off because we're going to pull out some of the other molds, and I'm going to show you the other ones. Hi, Devonna. Thank you. That's the only other thing that I could say about the DOS is your hands get all kind of powdery, gooeyed up. So you need to wipe them off if you're moving on to another project. But just to show you what it looks like, I think we got that good enough. This is the Winter Foliage, and that has all the DOS clay in it. And we're going to jump right over to the 3 that I did in there. Now, I already did this one. This is one of the pine cones, and I've shown you how I put some of this on in here. And you're going to have to look kind of close because it's kind of chipped in the middle. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. If not, I'll have to take a better picture and kind of zoom in on it. But there's that one. This is the other one that I did out of that group. I thought it was really cool. They're very, very, very intricate. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I think they're so awesome. Then, so we're going to paint some of these. Then I did the wings and the feathers. Hi, Vicki. Thanks. I really like that one. It just came out in, and I want to make sure I give it to you correctly, but I'm pretty sure it's called Winter Foliage. We did feathers, wings and feathers, Saint Nick, and yes, Winter Foliage. Those are cool. I'm really glad that I got those. Now here's, let's see the wings. Here's the wings. Those are pretty cool. The only thing, I gotta be careful because sometimes things just fall out of my hands. So you got a set of wings. Let's see our feathers. Oh, the feathers are pretty intricate too. So you got a couple big ones and you got a couple small ones, but I only did 2 of these and 1 of the little ones. Why? I don't know. I just did. And the little one looks just like the big one, only smaller. Now I'm not... Here's our little feathers. Little fancier. Those are kind of cool. They got 2 big ones of those and 2 little ones. So those are cool. Now, this is the one that I'm hoping comes out perfect. This is Saint Nick. You're going to use the Resin-Crete and the Santa mold. I know, I love their molds. They have lots of detail. Okay, could you tell by my face if I'm happy or sad? Any guesses? No guesses? Of course, Facebook's so dang slow. Who knows? Y'all could be screaming at me. Yeah, you look like you don't like it. Decoupage Central. Here, ready? Here is the Santa mold. Isn't that cool? I think that is so cool. He's a little heavy, but you know, that's okay. So, we're going to paint this other one. Could you all see the terrazzo chips in here? Or terrazzo, however you want to say it. Could you see those in there? They're kind of like scattered in through here. I don't know if you could see those or not. And if you're not gluing them on something that's, you know, going to cover the back, I would paint the back, but usually you do. He's my favorite. Yeah, he is. You couldn't see him. I'll have to see if I could zoom in and take a picture. We are going to paint this other one, and I'm using chestnut, and I'm using chocolate. Now, on the other one, I took some of the dark wax and went over it with the dark wax. But I think we might change this up a little bit because we also could use either bronze gilding wax or copper gilding wax to give it a little something something. Now, for me, I like to do the darker on the edges in that and kind of in a little bit, because to me it looks like, when I look at the pine cones and that, it looks like it's darker on the edges. If that makes, whoops, almost put it in the wrong one, makes kind of sense. I haven't tried yours yet, the resin that you use, the Crete, but I might try it too. So far I like the mix to mold. I don't know if there's a big difference between the two, because I've not used it, what I'm doing is just going around the edges. You're doing it tomorrow? This Santa is amazing, y'all. I have the Santa sleigh from, I think that was last year. The one thing that I did miss out on and I wanted was the one that they had with the pumpkin. But I wasn't able to get that one. Sherry, do you know if there's a big difference between the mix and mold and the Crete that you use? Or is it pretty much similar? Now, I'm not cleaning my brush off because I'm okay if the color mixes. Also, did you know you can get that DOS clay in terracotta color and wood color? No, I did not. Terracotta would be a great color. Yes, it would. Yes, I got the snow globe too, but I didn't pour it. No, I didn't. I know that I'm sure you guys have had some of the same issues, but like with going to the Hobbs, you'll have stuff you'll get into, oh, I like this a lot and that, and then the next thing you know, they don't have it anymore. So I know the one time I was there, I saw a bunch of the DOS, but the last time I was there, which has been a little while, they were either out of it or they're not carrying much of it anymore. I don't know which. You got the terracotta. Is it real pretty, like a terracotta pot? So I don't know if y'all can see the darker, let me turn it this way, the darker around the edge and the lighter in the middle, but that's going to change up some too, because I don't know that I want to do the wax. I want to kind of experiment a little bit. So I'm thinking maybe to lightly go over it, and y'all can decide. The bronze is a little bit darker, and I'll open them and show you, and the copper, and kind of go over it and give it a little bling. Exactly the same color. Hi, Lisa. I didn't see you jump on here. Welcome on in. So I'm trying to do something on Tuesdays. So, somebody did it and they had me in it, and I thought that's a great idea. So on Tuesdays we're going to do, I believe it's called Tuesday, and you do like the little, what is it, @ symbol, and it pulls up different people's pages and that, and you add them to it. And then I thought, you know what, why not Fun Day Friday, and you pick like about 4 people and their pages, and then it's foul for foul. So if somebody fouls you, please foul them back. I thought, you know what, we all can use people fouling us. Doesn't matter how big or small our page is, it helps us. And, you know, we're a good community, so why not help each other? Hi, Tina, how are you? What did you get from Amazon, Tina? Tina G? Okay. So, since this is not totally dry, I'm going to dry it. And then I'll show you the 2 gilding waxes, and we'll decide which one we want to use. That's why I want to make sure this is kind of dry before I put the gilding wax on, because I don't want to smudge the paint. But if you haven't got these molds, they're awesome. I really love the details on here. They're pretty. And that Saint Nick, oh my gosh, y'all. Love, love, love them. Okay. This one is our bronze. And this one is our copper. I know which one I'm thinking, but we'll see what you say. This is the bronze. This is the copper. And in case you can't see it too well, I'll put a little smudge on here. That's the bronze. And that's the copper. I know which one I'm leaning towards. You're doing okay? I'm glad. So while you all decide, I'm checking something out. Okay. Bronze. Yeah. All right, I got a bronze. Anybody else? There's the copper, by the way. Just smeared it on my hand. You know what we could do? We could do a little bit of both. You know? Ah, I just saw your comment, Joan. Both. I think that's what, let's try a little bit of both. We'll start out with the bronze. Put a little bit of bronze on here. And then the copper. All right, there's the bronze. Can you see the bronze on there? Push that baby off to the side. Let's fold that up because I don't want to get it mixed in there. Now let's do our copper. I think the copper is going to add a little more something to it. Oh yeah, the copper gives it even more. So we got a little bit of both on here. But oh baby. Y'all ready? Oh, I need to get this over here because my finger was in the way. Isn't that pretty? My favorite was the copper. The copper really kind of blings it up. That's pretty, pretty, pretty. Look at those details, y'all. And you know what? I think we need to put some on here too, don't you? And maybe it'll help pull out the terrazzo chips, however you say them. Let's see. Now I'm just lightly going over it because it's hitting all the high up ridges. I don't think it's going to, well, I don't know. You can kind of see where the chips are because they're a little bit duller in the spots. And they're basically all in here. I don't know if you can see them in there or not. But I like the gilding wax on there. I think it really gives it a nice effect. All right. let's close this up for the moment. What did I do with my other lid? Up right in front of me. Now, this is the copper actually showed up really well. It was the bronze that didn't show up hardly. Hi, Barb. I think they're beautiful, too. I love them. You like the sounds I make when I'm happy, Susan? I don't know what sounds that is, but hopefully it's nothing too goofy. So I'm going to try to go in here very delicately and paint the branch, and then we're going to do some of our greens. And if I get a little bit over, it's not going to be the end of the world. Because there's not much branch showing, just a little bit. But if a little bit goes over into what I'm going to have as the green part, like I said, it won't be the end of the world. We can fix it, paint it. And if you really are worried about it, you could get your little detailing brushes and use those. And that'll help so you don't go over. Now, a little bit did, but I'm not worried about it. But these are so dang detailed, y'all. I love, love their molds. Even the stem and the branch part is so detailed. It's got like little ridges and that in there. I love it. Hi, Faith. No, it is not edible. We used mix to mold, which is ceramic resin. Only not the purple. We used the white. Now, I was thinking I had some other green here, and we do. Because we're going to use two greens. I can hear my doggies out there. Mailman must be out there. Seems whenever the mailman comes around, they start carrying on because they usually park right at the corner by the house. And then consistently, they're shutting and opening the door. All right, so I'm going to mix this up a little bit just to get it a little more. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, the fern. No, it's the army green from Magnolia. Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. You're right. The terracotta would be good for gingerbread. I did, and I don't know if Vicky's still on here or not, but I did order some clay from somebody the other day. I think it was Deb's Bright Ideas. Never tried her stuff before, but will. Alright, I'm going to paint this, and then we can go from there. Either do some more or not. We'll see. But I need to get it off my fingers. But see how detailed that is? So this is going to be a little... I want to put a little bit of the darker green in here, and then I want to take some of the lighter and kind of try to mix it in here. So, as you know, when you're looking at trees and flowers and all that, it's not always real solid in one area. I mean, the whole thing. It's kind of a little mishmash of the colors sometimes. Some areas are a little darker than others, and that's what I'm trying to go for. Because I don't want it all to be... So right now, it's just kind of going over here with the army green. And then I'm going to come back in with a lighter green and see if I can get it kind of mixed in here good. So, wish me luck. Not done it this way before, but we're going to give it a go. But just watching this and the details on here, it's kind of amazing me. It's like, okay, this is starting to look more real. Isn't that cool? Hi, Sparky. How are you? Hey, Vicky. Thanks for sprinkling. It was, Vicky, it was Deb's, right? Deb's Bright Ideas that you were telling me about. Even with a little bit of the white in here, I could almost leave it like that because then it kind of looks like it has like a snow effect. Or is it just me? Could be just me. Snow, you're all saying snow effect? What snow effect? You're crazy. These are cool. Cool, cool, cool beans. If I miss anybody, welcome in. Because comments over here are kind of going fast. Comments over here aren't doing anything. And I apologize. I don't know what's going on with the comments the last several days. I've been having issues with them. I go on somebody's lives and 9 times out of 10 I have to keep popping in and out to see the comments. And then you wind up missing a lot of them. So I don't know if they, and it seems like I had an update. So I don't know if it has to do with this goofy update that I just had, because it was working fine beforehand. Alright, so I'm going to ask y'all's opinion. Do we want to leave it like this, or do we want to add some more green into it? And try to cover it up, give it a little two-tone, or leave it looking like the snowy effect. I kind of like it both, I could see liking it both ways. I do think, though, I want to get into this little spot right here. I'm going to try to be back now. Oh, good, good, good. Welcome, Milagros and Miracles. I think I may be following you already. I'll have to go back and look. You like the snow? I kind of do, too. We'll leave it like that. I think it looks pretty cool, and that actually saves you a step. All I did was lightly go over it. Didn't heavily paint it at all. So that saved on that color. Can't show you the one that I just did with the DOS clay because that is still drying. And Judy said it's usually overnight, so that's going to have to wait. But let's try a wing. And what I was thinking, because I kind of like wings white. Where did I put it? Thought I had it over here. Yes. We are going to use the Plaid FX, and it's the New Liberty, so it's kind of got a shiny thing on. A little like pearlescent color. And then we're going to add another little touch to it. So basically what all we're doing today is some of these. See the difference? I love that FX. got that at Hobbies, so if y'all have not gotten it, they have them at Hobbies. I'm just getting it off of my lid, so it's taking a little second there. It's not really a bright white, because it's like a pearlized. And you can see the plain from the top to the bottom. We're going to dry it, and then we're going to add a little to it. Kind of like the same way we did with the pine cones. But I'm strongly being an ad for them today. You need to go and get them. They are so detailed. I just love them. And I can see a whole lot of different projects. And that's one of the reasons why I did some of these today, is because I thought I need to have some of this stuff prepped so you can use it on some projects. Okay, let's dry this. We might do that on the other one, Tina. Put some diamond dust on it. But I wanted to try using some gilding wax on here. And I can always make, you know, a wing to match. So we'll try both of it. The diamond dust and the gilding wax, and see which one we like the best. So let me get the diamond dust over here too. I'm going to put it down here. This is the silver. We're going to take a little bit of the silver. Just a little bit, and kind of do like we did, and you're not going to rub it in, just go kind of across it so it catches all the like ridges, and see how we like this. So there's that one. And Tina says, let's try the diamond dust. So we'll try some diamond dust on here also. I'm going to spread this out, though, because, well, let's turn it over, because it had diamond, or whatchamacallit on it. I'm going to do it on here only because I know I'm going to have to be taking this out in spurts and putting some of the diamond dust in. If you've never used the diamond dust, you can get it at Michael's. Never been able to find it at Hobbies. It is glass, so be careful when you use it so you don't get it on your, you know, cut in your fingers or anything. I do just use it with my fingers because I like to live on the edge. I will tell you, I can see it at a glance. And then I like to kind of tap it on here just a little gently. I don't put full force on there, just kind of gently tap it. And I think I'm going to kind of like both of them, truthfully. And when I'm doing this, I don't squeeze my fingers together, because if you squeeze your fingers together, you have more opportunity for the glass to stick to your finger. So, just a little tip there. But that's what it is if you don't have it. And if you haven't seen this one, it is the Plaid FX. And they come in a lot of different colors. See, I pat it down because less comes off of it. Can y'all see the little shimmer shimmer? So y'all, it's going to be a little bit of a short one today. I just wanted to show you all that I poured some with the mix and mold, and that's what we've been doing. Just for a little recap, we had our 2 feathers that you just seen. This was mix and mold, and I think it looks really super cool and real. And then we had our 2 little pine cones here. Different shapes, kind of like the ones I was using yesterday. This one does have the terrazzo chips in it, but you can't really see them. So I'll see if I can get a close-up where you can see those. Now that was all out of the mix to mold. And you can get that at Hobbies. And then I did take with the foliage, I did do some DOS clay in here. And they're drying, and you can see around the edges it's starting to dry. But it's going to take a while, so we'll see how that turns out. Hi, Ruben. Thank you. You use just the foam clay, Sherry? I had it here somewhere. I don't know where I put it. Oh, I moved it over there. I like the foam clay. Don't get me wrong. I do. I really like the foam clay. But the DOS has been sitting here probably for 6 months, and I figured it's about time I better open it and use it. So I did. Anyway, that's what I got for you all today. I'm going to jump off because the dogs won't quit, and I'm sure y'all can hear them just barking away back there. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be on Monday. If I do, I may just jump on and let you see that we're on the road on Tuesday. Monday, it's a gamble because I have to get packed. We will be gone until we'll be coming back the following Sunday. So that Monday, what is that date? I'm not sure what the date is. I think it's like the 14th or something. I wasn't 100% sure about that, Sherry, so thank you for sharing that with me. That would be awesome, because I'm not 100% sure, but I think I might have gotten some mica powder, but I didn't know I could do that. The 15th, yes, I'll definitely be back the 15th, but all the while I'm gone, if you all were with me when we went to Branson, I was posting, sharing pictures, all that good stuff. So while I'm gone, y'all keep a lookout because I will be posting, sharing pictures, show you some of that for those that may have never been down there, show you some of the stuff that's going on. And I know that James was saying we're going to be doing, what is it? Like a Family Feud type of game again. So he went live with that. So y'all stay tuned for that because that'll be on also. Alright, y'all. Thank you for hopping on with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Go check my page because I did do Fridays, Foul for Foul. There's maybe 5 or 6 pages that I posted this time. I will post again next Friday, 5 or 6 pages. Follow them and they'll follow you. We all need followers, no matter how big or small we are, and we all appreciate it. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have a good rest of the day and a lovely weekend. Here's some hearts for y'all. Love ya. See you soon. Bye all. Have a good one, everybody.